There was this mini war between the immigrant side of MAGA and the, I guess, just fully white side of MAGA.
I mean, this really was just a matter of time before that happened.
I mean, yeah. Well, again, to me, it really shows you like who's really in power. And I think the idea, like what Trump was really good at, is giving these people the idea like that they matter, right?
Yeah.
That being a part of this MAGA movement like gives them.
So hold on,
something.
this is a question I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Does that mean Trump did end racism?
Absolutely not. tell that to Vivek and these Indian dudes. Yeah. These Indian dudes was there. They feelings hurt.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they feelings hurt. I never knew there were unrepentant racists in the Republican Party. What have you been watching?
Yeah, what?
What?
Aren't you one of them?
Like, did you not see this man attack immigrants? But it wasn't you, right? It was cool when they attacked Haitian people and when they attacked Mexican people. But then when they got to India, now all of a sudden it's like, oh, they racist now.
I think what they meant was they didn't know it could happen to them.
Yes,
right. They thought they were this model minority.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're cool.
Yeah,
because they need us. We're helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like your ballot for Trump endorse you or prove that you are a card-carrying racist.
100%.
And again, so to be bewildered that there are these people in the Republican Party is just wild.
But also, it was cool when Vivek was attacking black people.
Yeah.
When Vivek when Vivek was calling black people lazy, that was cool. When he called white people lazy, wait a second now. Hey, wait a second, Indian guy. Like now all of a sudden the racism comes out. So here was Vivek's tweet.
I told you he plays that role
a little too well. They get Oscars over here. It says the reason top tech companies, and so this was over this H1 visa,
right?
This visa that allows these tech companies.
Yo, large out to all my H1 visa people, man. Yo, large out all of them
to bring people over to be in the tech world, and really it's helpful to these companies because they can pay them less because they're not full citizens. But anyway, here's Vivek. The reason top tech companies often hire foreign-born and first-generation engineers over Native Americans isn't because of an innate American IQ deficit. You know what I'm saying? The key part of it comes down to the C word, culture. Tough questions demand tough answers. And if we're really serious about fixing the problem, we have to confront the truth. Our American culture has venerated mediocrity over excellence for way too long, at least since the 90s and likely longer. That doesn't start in college, it starts young. A culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ.
That sounds personal right there.
Or the jock over the valedictorian. He got no
pussy in high school. Tell me you don't get no bitches without telling me you don't get no bitches.
No.
Nigga was all socks.
Yo, they stuffed that nigga into every locker in his high school.
I'm tired of y'all.
This nigga went to high school and was a professional victim.
Damn.
They called him Vivek the Victim when he came.
Damn. Not Victim Ramaswamy.
Victim Ramaswamy.
Shit.
It's crazy.
Oh my God. Yo.
He says the culture.
Spell supercalifragilistic. Nigga. Egghead ass nigga.
Shit.
You brainiac. Can you catch a football, nigga?
Clearly we see.
No, but I can make one.
Clearly we see who was pushing people into lockers.
Oh my God. I'm sweating, man. Oh, I'm sweating.
The culture that celebrates.
Jesus Christ.
The culture that celebrates the prom queen over the math Olympiad champ or jock over the valedictorian would not produce the best engineers. A culture that venerates Corey from Boy Meets World or
Corey.
Zach and Slater over Screech and Saved by the Bell or Stephen over Steve Urkel in Family Matters would not produce the best engineers.
Did you okay, like Vivek, I get what you're saying, but did you not keep up with Dustin Diamond? He was a terrible human being.
God.
Like he was a rapist.
Oh my God.
Like Screech was the guy who thought being nice, like
Nigga was watching Screech with tears in his
Man, oh my God, man.
Nigga was heartbroken.
Yo, Vivek Ramaswamy.
Oh my God.
Bruv.
He says fact.
Vivek the Virgin is probably what they called him.
Wow.
He ain't getting no pussy in high school. Oh,
I think we have a title.
Vivek the Virgin.
I get it. Vivek the Virgin is crazy.
Virgin Vivek.
Fact, I know Virgin Ramaswamy. Fact, I know multiple. It's wild at his name.
They probably
This
tried to
man-
auction his virginity off at one of those high school proms and just laughed him out the
It
dance.
says, fact, I know multiple sets of immigrant parents in the 90s who actively limited how much their kids could watch those TV shows precisely because they promoted mediocrity, and their kids went on to become wildly successful STEM graduates. More
Who hate
movies,
their parents.
more probably.
Yeah.
More movies like Whiplash, fewer returns of Friends, more math tutoring, fewer sleepovers, more weekend science competition, fewer Saturday morning cartoons. They don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
More books, less TV, more creating, less chilling. Oh, that's a shot. Chill guy.
Yo, Vivek, you don't want to go there? Just a chill guy, man.
More extracurriculars, less hanging out at the mall.
Malls are dead, nigga.
Again, nobody does this anymore. Most normal parents look skeptically at those kinds of parents. More normal American kids view those kinds of kids with scorn. If you grew up aspiring to normalcy, normalcy is what you achieve. Now close your eyes and visualize which families you knew in the 90s or even now who raised their kids according to one model versus the other. Be brutally honest. Normalcy doesn't cut it in a hyper-competitive global market for technical talent. And if we pretend like it does, we'll have our asses handed to us by China. This could be our Sputnik moment. We've awakened from slumber before and we could do it again.
Sputnik, for all those who, I mean, I'm sure, our viewership knows who
Yes.
Sputnik is, but, it's a Cold War reference to Russia winning the space race.
Yes. Trump's election hopefully marks the beginning of a new golden era in America, but only if our culture fully wakes up, a culture that once again prioritizes achievement over normalcy, excellence over mediocrity, nerdiness over conformity, hard work over laziness. That's the work we have cut out for us, rather than wallowing in victimhood and just wishing alternative hiring practice into existence. I'm confident we can do it.
If he puts
He
me into a
said-
locker again, I'm going to show him who's boss.
He said
I'm going
he
to be
don't-
his boss in 20 years. Fucking jock. I'll teach you, Chad.
This whole idea that you are born to labor is highly problematic.
Yes.
And I will always push back against that.
Yes.
However, you can still have fun at the mall, have a whole well-rounded life, and be an inventor, and have a business.
People do it all the
and
time.
do great things. The problem that he is talking about is that he believes that children should be like little robots. It's
Yeah.
the same thing, like
This is spoken like someone who's been programmed, successfully programmed. Like, I don't mean to cut you off, but like, I get what he's saying, but you're just regurgitating a doctrine that you came up with because of I would say the violently oppressive goals set forth by a lot of these immigrant families that come into the States that prioritize all of these things that make you an automaton, like Miracle just said. They turn you into a robot and like devoid of all sensibilities. Like you're there just to be a laborer.
I mean, and meanwhile, you can go OnlyFans and become a millionaire. So, like, let's
Come on,
be honest about like the world that we live in.
Yeah.
But then also, a lot of people drop out of schools and colleges to become business owners. Whether it is Facebook, in college, and it's created Facebook. Whether it's people doing a lot of tech, you can learn to code. There are a lot of programs that teach people to code where you don't have to have a high school diploma, where you can literally just learn. So this idea that you need to have all this rigorous structure or to be successful isn't really true.
I want to
anymore.
quote somebody I never thought I would quote on the show.
Okay.
Why do you need white man's paperwork?
He did. He had points were made.
Points were made.
Points were made. And I've always said he should be a comedian.
He should be, man.
Instead of trying to build this school, and it'll be a better thing for him. But
Yes. But
listen,
basically somebody
what
responded.
did he say? He said, "Do you have a white wife?"
Do you have a white wife? Donations,
He was like,
donations,
"Mother,
donations.
Mother,
Somebody responded named Brendan Daly to Vivek's whole thing and said, so basically,
I watch that interview all the time.
So basically, tech bros prefer foreign-born workers because they're willing to work 90 hours per week rather than having a work-life balance. Got it? And that's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But that's not true. That's like, I'm being very clear. For the H-1B visa, they are exploited workers.
Yes.
Absolutely.
They are
Exploited
people
workers, yes.
who literally have to deal with the worst conditions because if they get fired, they get deported.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is why a lot of the H-1B visas, there is sexual exploitation.
Yep.
There is labor violations. There is so much theft of wages for H-1B individuals, and then for places that do like live, work, play, kind of like these Google tech spaces, you get fired, you also become homeless, right? So even before you're able to appeal and say, you know, I can get another job or I can find somewhere else to sponsor me, you are then homeless, and then there's another reason for you to be deported because you don't have a stable address, and all of a sudden the government paperwork is incorrect.
Yeah.
So they're pushing these H-1B visas not because there's a cultural difference, it's because they can literally force these high industry workers to work for minimum wage and not have to do benefits, not have to give health care, not have to worry about them unionizing, not have to worry about having to make sure that they're giving them a lunch break. And no one is supposed to be working 90, 60, hours a week, but you can force these people to do it because then they have no other option. It's like you either do this or get deported. You either do this or we'll steal your wages. You either do this or we'll take whatever from you. And on top of that, a lot of these individuals cannot legally own patents. Right? So you're working for these corporations, these companies, and you can't even take credit for the work that you are creating because that is part of the contract for these H-1B visas. So you're stealing wages, you're stealing theft, you're stealing ideas, you're stealing resources with the hopes that these individuals can, at some point, go back home. And that's the carrot. You'll be able to go back home with something in a few years.